Hey guys, I am real excited to show this to you guys. This actually just came in for me. Space Empires Replicators. This is the second expansion for Space Empires. Sorry, by the way, if it sounds like a little dull roar in the background. It's raining at my house right now, so I'm hoping it's not being picked up by the camera too well. But I wanted to do an unboxing for you guys real quick, just show you what came in the box. I am definitely excited to try this out because this expansion is the one that goes hardcore on solitaire mechanics. Now, Space Empires has solitaire mechanics in it already, but this adds a faction that is pretty much designed, you know, the Replicators, to be played solitaire. So I am dying to get this to the table, but I know it's going to be a little bit. We got so much stuff lined up. All right, let's see. As usual, GMT's got rulebook right here on the top. Looks pretty similar just to all the other rule books. They're definitely tight and compact, but I do like how they have colored examples in here. I mean, it's a standard GMT rule book. If you've seen one of their games before, it's pretty much the same thing. So this is their rule book. It doesn't look like they have a separate scenario book. Yeah, see, they have the scenarios, I think, are back here in the back, maybe. And this one. All right. Alright, this is the little sheet. The second expansion for the game came with little sheets like this to keep your counters on. So there were 4 in the second expansion, and this looks like it adds it for the 5th player. It's kind of like reducing the counter density on the board. Let's see, we have a ship chart. I'm not going to go too in depth because there's so much stuff on this, and I'm going to be doing a playthrough on it anyway. But scouts, destroyers, cruisers, battleships, dreadnought, titan, base. So okay, this is nice. It gives you your cost, its attack, defense. I mean, prior to all your different technology upgrades and researches that you can do. Research chart. So it's pretty standard player aid. Nice material. Looks like you've got a handful of these. Let's see, it should be 4 or 5 of them. Let's see, that's 2, 3, 4. Yep, 4 of them. And we've got more of our pads. If you haven't played Space Empires before, this will be new to you, but there are a bunch of these. They are your research sheets, and you're keeping track of your income, pretty much all your logistics and paperwork and crap like that for the game. It is a little irritating to keep track of, but you really have to with this game because it can get in depth. One for no research centers, one for with research centers, and you got plenty of them. And I like the fact that they have these pads included in the game, so I don't have to worry about scanning and printing it off. This is a neat thing that they added to it. The game itself, previously, you see the square counter looking symbols in there. Those were the size of the counters that were on the board, and you know, you couldn't really see as clearly what was in the hex. These are the size of the hexes themselves on the board, so you can see what the difference was. But now you can easily see, okay, that's a planet there, and it's done just to make the game look better. They didn't have to do this, but it's an excellent addition that lets you look at it and just see a prettier board, because you can easily see big, you know, planets there. And oh, I love this. Such a great addition. Oh, look, these are asteroids. These are your home planets. You can tell because it's got the 30 in there. That's how many production points you're getting for them. Let's see, down over here we've got a couple of barren planets that you have to take and terraform. These are going to be a great addition to the game. So it looks like it's green, red, purple, green. Wow, those colors are a little, oh, yellow, red, purple. These have to be the Replicator faction then, because there's blue. Yep, blue's down over here, and green. These are the guys I usually play. And more asteroids, planets here on the back. Oh, this is going to be cool to get down to the board. And I'll show you guys the thickness of it there. Pretty standard GMT thickness. These are the same thickness as the new counter. So if you've got the new Space Empires 4X, or if you got its second expansion, you know how thick these are. So we've got a bunch more barren planets here that you can put out. So what you'll do is when you have your little face down counters hiding whatever's there, when you flip it over, if you find one of these planets, one of a barren planet, something like that, you can switch these out and put them there to show what's in the hex. Here we've got nebulas and black holes. Oh, those black holes actually look nice. Look at that. And the nebulas. Wonder if they got, looks like blank space there, more asteroids. So yeah, previously you would just have a small little counter and a hex this big representing what it was, and it'd be a tiny little circle with a planet on it, and now you've got something that looks like this. That's just so much better. I love that they did this. And some more asteroids and nebulas, and there's blank here on the back. And ooh, supernovas, look at that. Fold in space, that's got to be new. Warp points, they're not new. Supernovas were in the previous one, barren planets. Oh, this is something cool that they added to it. A lot of scenarios have the galactic capital as an objective or something like that, and you didn't really have a counter to represent that. Now you do. They added that into the game. That's great. Folds in space, that's got to be new because I don't remember that in the previous two. More asteroids and black holes. And here we go, some more counters. These look like the additions to the actual factions themselves. Some more troops, miners. These are the counters I was talking about, fleets. So you could create a fleet and you will just have this counter on the board, but it might represent, you know, a whole bunch of different ships. What is that? That's just, oh, DYO, do your own. Ah, cool. Neat that they included that in there. BV, I don't know what BV stands for, battleship, battle something. I have to figure that out on what those are. So you got that for all the different factions. Regional map counters, a smaller galactic map counter, which should have its, yeah. See, previously you just had these. You would have either one of the colors of the factions or white to represent deep space, and then you would flip the counter over and you would just see this. So you would have a small little thing and a big hex representing what it was, and that's what all these are replacing. Excellent addition to it. Your fold and space counters, heroic markers, interesting. I'm gonna have to learn the rules again to see what all these are supposed to represent. This is the big thing that I'm looking for though. Right here, this is the new faction, the Replicators. They play different, and you can play them in many different ways. A person can play this faction if they want against other players just like normal, or they can be an AI opponent, or you can play a co-op game where you're taking and you and a friend are playing together against the Replicator faction. I love that they added this into it. I can't tell what all this stuff is. They've got some different stats. It looks like all of theirs. No, all these guys, the E, okay, right here, represents when they fire. So these guys all fire real late in a combat. C's are at D. Okay, here we go. Here's some of the bigger ships. A, that must be like their Titans or battleships versions. I think these are supposed to be like self-replicating robots in the storyline of the game. Their colonies, the counters to represent their fleets. Scan, experience. I don't know what these things are. I gotta figure it out. I gotta read the rule book because this looks so interesting. These have to be, yep. See, this is the color counters for their starting area. If you're having someone play as them or you're using them for that, you'll take and have these before you enter into deep space. This is the big thing. This is what I was really dying to get my hands on, though, to see how well these things play, because I think it's going to really enhance the game to have a dedicated AI faction, and you're going to see a lot of solitaire players picking it up. And Space Empires was a good game before to play solitaire, but it wasn't great, and I think this is going to elevate it to that great status. It's really going to take it above and beyond. We've got a deck of resource cards. I'm not going to bother to open those up yet. We'll have to see when we do the playthrough on what those are going to be. And then you've got your usual GMT bags. Are you kidding me? They didn't include a die in here? Nope, no die. I guess they want you to use the dice from your previous one. All right, but that's it. I will try to do a playthrough with the Replicators as soon as I can, but I will tell you it will be a little while because I have a lot of things on the table before this, but I will be practicing this for the little bit so I can get it ready to show you guys how this new stuff plays. Anyway, that's going to be it for this video. You guys take care. I'll see you in the next one.